Good morning, friends. It is May 4th, and if you are getting this message, you may be a part of a collective of people that I am manifesting to receive it. Before I started recording, Spirit said very loud and clear that something big is coming. Let's see what is coming in for the collective. Okay, nothing. So the start of a new beginning with the Fool. Spirit is showing me the Ace of Pentacles in my mind's eye. Oh, somebody here is impulsive about this new start. I'm hearing hurry up and get it over with. We have the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands. Yes, there is quite an impulsive energy with these two pages. I am quite literally seeing smoke in my mind's eye. The Page of Swords representing air signs. The Page of Wands representing fire signs. As we all know, air helps fire spread. So it is quite impulsive. There is a lot of energy here. We have the World. And we have the Sun. The collective may have gone through quite a big change is what Spirit is telling me. And now you are looking forward to what Spirit is saying, much deserved happiness. I'm seeing the world peace in my mind's eye. You are just ready to get where you are meant to be. You know, a big change is coming after this pretty big cycle in your life. Now you're just ready to get to the end already. I'm also seeing in my mind's eye that Spirit is saying you have seen or declared, manifested what it is that you want, but you didn't really think about how you would, the process of getting to it, if you will. And I am seeing again the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Shooting right out is the Empress, and I am seeing the Emperor in my mind's eye. I'm seeing with this Empress that the collective, being in their feminine energy, has mastered or will master a great sense of self-control. Spirit is saying abundance. You have mastered many aspects of your life. Of course, the Empress being the queen of all queens. Spirit is saying once you reach this new chapter, this new beginning, there is a sense of confidence. Spirit is saying self-assuredness. Fertility, but not necessarily in just the physical aspect. Lots of fertility. Spirit is saying dreams, manifestations. Spirit is saying, what am I going to want next? We have the Hanged Man. Spirit is saying you will be, as you come into this new chapter in life, this new beginning with the Fool here, you will have an outlook, Spirit is saying, that you have never had before. It feels very much like a sense of viewing the world, your life, yourself in such a mature way. There is a lot of growth here. There is so much major arcana. This is, Spirit is saying, a glow up in the spirit. Spirit is saying with this new beginning, you will see this glow up that you have gone through, this big shift and change internally, start to manifest in your physical reality, which is why I have been seeing the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles being very much a new physical opportunity. And we have emotional fulfillment, the ultimate emotional fulfillment. Spirit is telling me that the collective has gardened this emotional fulfillment. You may have sought fulfillment from external sources. Spirit is saying external validation. But past a certain point, you may have awakened. What Spirit is saying, you have awakened to the realization that you will not be satisfied if there is a sense of lack within yourself. Excuse my dog here. She is very excited to run in here and see what's going on. So you have realized, Spirit is saying a point of realization, that you cannot be fulfilled if you do not feel fulfilled internally. We have the Five of Cups. I am seeing the word shadow with this Five of Cups. You may have some residual shadow work at this moment before you can fully step into this new beginning where you are just the embodiment of self-assuredness, knowing what you want, knowing how to get it, just being the queen of all queens with the Empress. You still have to work on this pessimistic mindset, if you will. The Five of Cups represents only acknowledging, if you will, what you have lost. The typical depictions in tarot is a figure standing over 3 cups that are on the ground, poured out, but behind him are still 2 full cups. So there is a focus on what you have lost and not recognizing or willing to see what you still have. Spirit is saying you still have abundance in other forms. This loss that you could have experienced with these 3 cups pouring out, metaphorically, you're just too focused on that because it was so profound. And I'm seeing now in my mind's eye the 3 of Swords. Heartbreak, betrayal, just deep-rooted disappointment. Your remaining shadow work before you can step into this new beginning is, Spirit is saying, a mindset of gratitude. Spirit is now directing me to convey that perhaps in the morning you find a small list of 5 things to be grateful for every morning. That will really help you put yourself into this more so glass half full mindset. Next, of course, we have the Knight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. And what I'm saying here is someone that is right now, because of this past heartbreak and disappointment, betrayal, that has you still stuck in this Five of Cups mindset, is someone that is being a little too guarded. Spirit is saying, although it's understandable, you may have a sense that there is some sort of conflict ahead, is what Spirit is saying here. Spirit is saying one last little bump in the road. You may be very intuitive and can sense that some sort of departure here with the Knight of Swords, some sort of departure from a situation or even your environment is what Spirit is saying. You know it will create sort of this little hiccup in the road for you. And it's got you quite guarded. I'm hearing, I don't really know who I can trust. We have the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so what we are seeing here with this Nine of Wands and Seven of Swords is that Seven of Swords can be a card of defensiveness, defending what you have worked for, defending for what you have gained is what Spirit is saying. And with this Nine of Wands here, Nine of Wands represents resilience. It's the overcoming of obstacles, of challenges, and you sensing that there's one last hiccup in the road and making you quite guarded. There's a sense of you maybe the collective is stuck in a situation, an environment. I'm hearing a relationship for some. You have worked very hard to pull yourself into this position of nearing this Empress energy here of just total recalibration is what Spirit is saying of your internal landscape. And you are being extremely defensive and protective of how far you have come. But again, Spirit is emphasizing that there is this one last hiccup you will go through, and now I am seeing the Five of Wands in my mind's eye, which can be conflict. And we have the Two of Swords here. Spirit is saying, although the Two of Swords has come out, that is deciding between two paths. But Spirit is saying that the decision to leave has already been made for you. There is no deciding where you are going. Some point in your journey, you may have realized that your current option is no longer an option, and that was you intuitively recognizing, your soul recognizing that you are not allowed to stay where you are anymore. That is no longer an option. Spirit is saying you are meant for bigger and better things. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Wands. What I'm seeing here with this Seven of Pentacles and Six of Wands is that failure is not in your future when it comes to this new beginning. Whatever you have been manifesting, whatever Spirit is saying blessing is meant for you on this new journey, there is no failure. They're saying there will be lessons, of course, that's a part of life. However, Seven of Pentacles can represent being so close to the end. Six of Wands representing recognition, and I'm hearing from Spirit guaranteed success. You are so close to the finish line. Circling back to this Five of Cups energy, Spirit isn't saying that you're slightly more pessimistic outlook mindset that you have left over, if you will, from this past disappointment, heartache, betrayal. Putting yourself into a more optimistic mindset or attitude, it's not going to be a non-negotiable for this new start. However, they think you would really be starting off on a great foot in this new beginning, this new chapter of life, if you were more optimistic, if you just had a more optimistic outlook on what the future will bring. It will just put you off on a better note, a better start. So regardless of what you have asked for, manifested, what you have coming in, what's meant for you, you can still receive it, but Spirit just wants you to start off on the right foot by embodying a lot more gratitude, changing your outlook into a more optimistic. They're saying being excited for this brand new start for the future. Spirit is saying that there are exciting things coming for you. We have the Nine of Pentacles. What I'm seeing with the Nine of Pentacles is Spirit showing me that financial independence, just surviving financially, has been quite a worry, like a sore spot is what Spirit is correcting me. A sore spot for the collective. That could explain why you are still in your current environment, situation, or relationship. But here with the Nine of Pentacles is financial independence. It's success. Spirit is saying a release from your worries when it comes to your finances. And we have Judgment here. Seeing with the Judgment card here is Spirit wanting you to turn a lot more inward, spend more time. Spirit is saying even your intentions. Look inward, rely and deepen your sense of intuition to guide you to this more fulfilling financial independence that you are looking for, that you need. Spirit is also saying right now to recognize and place confidence in your skills. They are saying you have the skills to achieve whatever you would like to achieve. It's time to embody the confidence that you need. You're also saying the sound judgment when it comes to reaching your financial goals. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm hearing the wheel is turning in your favor. You may feel like you might have been at the lowest of lows, but now the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn in your favor. Wheel of Fortune also represents fate, is what Spirit is also emphasizing here in my mind. What's meant for you is going to find you. I'm seeing now that you will be at the top of the wheel again. You will be at the highest of highs after spending a great deal of your life. Spirit is saying in rock bottom's basement. Spirit is saying things just kept going downhill for you. Spirit is saying the lessons are learned. You have learned the necessary lessons. You have rebuilt yourself and your life, the way you view life, the way you view yourself, on a much more stable foundation. This being at the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune, for it could, Spirit is saying, be for many years for some of the collective, was the lesson that you needed to build yourself. Spirit is emphasizing again self-assuredness, believing in yourself, knowing that you are capable of anything. Spirit is saying your heart desires. You are capable. You just needed to learn a lesson on having a stable relationship with yourself. Letting stability flow through you is what Spirit is saying. Now it's time to come up at the top to receive all of these blessings, this independence, this confidence, this happiness and joy with the Sun here. Spirit is also, as I circle back to the Sun here at the bottom of this pile, that when you took charge over your life, over this unstable relationship or these unstable internal energies, that you really stood up and you said, I'm gonna own my ish, and you began to live in truth. Spirit would like to emphasize that not a lot of people these days want to do that. Everybody would like, more people are more focused on projecting an image that they are aligned, that they are at peace internally, that they have control over these internal energies, that they have really stepped up and are living in truth. But Spirit is saying that's just all it is. It's just a projection of an image. Not many people are willing to go inwards and actually do the work. That is why you are going to be gifted this financial independence. I'm seeing the word luxury. this confidence. And Spirit is telling me that also includes many blessings that you maybe didn't even think of, maybe that you didn't think of asking for. Spirit is saying your cup will runneth over because you did the work. You weren't just projecting an image. You weren't just faking it until you made it. You went in and you did the work. You recalibrated your internal energies. You took charge over them. You started living in truth when you took accountability for everything going on in your internal world. And you did the work to build this new stable foundation within your energies, within yourself. Spirit is saying within your own spirit. And that is why you are deserving of so many great things. However, let's focus on embodying more gratitude this month. I feel like the new beginning that the collective is just pushing and pushing to start, just really willing to rush into and just get it over with and just be in truth and joy and happiness with the sun is coming very soon. The month of May feels very much like the last steps needed, the last leg of the journey. So I feel like summer for this collective is going to be so significant. Spirit is saying growth. So this last month, I think the collective should very much make it worth it by pushing yourself a little bit harder to see what you have left over, what you truly are abundant in, even though you do have losses. Anyways, that is my May message. I hope this resonated with some of you, but as always, please leave a comment letting us know how your month of May is going and how you intend for it to go. I hope you all have such a blessed May, and I really cannot wait to see where the collective is this summer.